Alright, here we are. The end of 2016. There's just one thing I don't understand. Why are there so many people saying that 2016 was not a good year? It may not have been the best year, but it definitely wasn't a bad year by any means. Yes, we lost a few people, lost a few celebrities, and a couple just recently, and it sucks, but that happens every year. And Samsung made phones that kill people. But, But I just don't get why a few people are going to let a few bad things that happen to them ruin their whole year. I think 2016 was pretty good. Looking at it from a technological standpoint, we sent one of our most advanced space probes ever created to Pluto. We learned more about Pluto in the day that probe was there than we have in definitely 100 years. The other thing is, too, it's still sending data back. They captured so much data that they're still sending it back. Granted, it's a long way away and the data speed isn't very good because of the distance, but that's not the point. It's an awesome time to be alive in terms of space exploration and computer technology and all that stuff. And that's another thing, computer technology. Yes, it can be a bad thing because some of us are addicted to it, and we use it for the wrong purposes and stuff like that. But the thing is a couple years ago, this wasn't even possible, but now you can literally, if you need a basic computer, and I have one, and I basically do everything on it. You can go to online, buy a micro desktop that's maybe that big for $100. Has Windows 10 on it, and it actually has pretty decent performance. That's what I'm talking about with technology. It was a great year for technology. NVIDIA, they're really pushing toward high-performance computing and embedded processors, and it shows in the cars that Tesla builds. There's two primary computer systems in the Tesla, and they're both built by NVIDIA. There's the Drive PX, and I forget the name of the other one. But that whole car is controlled by NVIDIA processors. And just look at what they have done in the past year with their computer capabilities and the software. Their friggin' cars literally can drive themselves at a push of a button. Granted, it's still, it's highly experimental and stuff like that. But even the other thing is with cars too is just because the technology is there and it's getting cheaper to manufacture and it's becoming more prevalent, a lot of cars have a lot of life-saving features in them. And I've actually, being on the fire department, experienced that firsthand. How newer technologies have saved people's lives, especially in vehicles. Whether it be an airbag innovation, or what I've seen a lot of cars do now is if you don't push on the brake hard enough, or you take your eyes off the road for a second to change the radio station or something like that, and you don't see the car in front of you stop. A lot of these newer vehicles can not necessarily stop completely, but they cushion, or they basically slow down and reduce the amount of hitting force that you're going to have to the car in front of you. And that might not seem like much, but I mean, I've been in that situation where I'm like, I'm going to change the radio station. Oh crap, traffic stopped short. And systems like that are literally saving people's lives. Not only that, but you have, and I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that, but you have the government mandating safety standards for vehicles. And again, I've seen it firsthand. Head-on collisions, stuff like that, where the people have gotten out and walked away. 10 years ago, we'd be flying them to the hospital. Just engineering in general in cars these days. Even though Yeah, it sucks because they cost more to fix if you have like a minor fender bender and a lot of electronics and stuff like that. But I look at it as kind of like a safety thing. Even if you're the best driver in the world, you don't know what the guy next to you, behind you, in front of you is going to do. So having certain aids in the car is definitely a bonus. Yeah, it's kind of taking away a little bit, but there's just so many cars on the road these days that having those safety technologies is a beautiful thing. Hold on one sec, I'm getting a coffee. Okay, all's right with the world. Got my coffee now. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the technological advancements that we've had this year. It's not just with cars. We have, what was the name of it? Oh, the New Horizons probe that went to Pluto. Kind of already covered this, but I just think it's an amazing feat of human engineering and creativity. Just to design not only a machine that's going to last that long. I think it took like 6 or 7 years to get out there, but not only designing a piece of equipment that long, or to last that long without human intervention, but just to get there in the first place. And when it comes to the Pluto flyby, I have no idea how many millions of miles that is away, but they literally got there within minutes of their original scheduled flyby time. I can't even predict traffic a half hour ahead, and they make it to, actually technically it's not a planet anymore, that kind of sucks, but they made it to this, what's the word I'm looking for, crud. They made it to this object, there we go, all the way at the edge of the known solar, or the solar system, with a couple minutes to spare. That is insanely incredible. And there was another spacecraft too. Went to Jupiter, Juno. We loaded Juno with some of the most advanced scientific instruments that we've ever put on a probe. Same thing with New Horizons. And we sent it to Jupiter. Another amazing thing. And it's still orbiting Jupiter. It's doing, I forget how many scheduled flybys they have the probe do, but again, we're learning so much information about these these things in our solar system that we would have never been able to do before. And that's just awesome. We really should be happy that we live in an age where we have the technology to just to explore more and learn more about our universe. The other thing is too, the Orion spacecraft. Again, not to get all political, but what a great thing. Because if you think about it, in our lifetime, we're going to be sending people to Mars. I mean, seriously, how friggin' cool is that? And they did test flights of the Orion spacecraft. It didn't leave the Earth's orbit, but they still did the tests, and they were all successful. Another tribute to technology. And it's just nuts. It truly is. You have Google's artificial intelligence platform is getting smarter and smarter every day. I think artificial intelligence is going to make our lives easier. We already see it. If you use Siri, like I do, in excess because I do so much driving and I don't want to take my eyes off the road. If you use, what's Google? Google Now, I think it's called. That's all artificial intelligence. It's speech processing. That's machine learning. And how much cool stuff can that do? I mean, hell, I can tell Siri to turn my freaking porch light on when I pull into the driveway. Heck yeah. Also, you have IBM's Watson platform, which has really helped out in healthcare because its analytical properties have has the ability to analyze a mountain of data in a short amount of time and pick out small little details that us as humans wouldn't have been able to see or to find. So there's that. You have marijuana research. More and more people are doing marijuana research. They're finding out that marijuana can cure certain types of cancers. It can stop certain seizures, and it's an incredible natural drug. Yes, it has its ups and downs, but that's true with anything. Use in moderation. With our government, I know I said I wasn't going to get political or anything, but holy crap, what an election! And I personally am glad that Obama's finished and Trump is in, because I like Trump, but again, a historic turn of events. Because now we actually don't have a career politician in the White House, and I really hope he does a good job. I believe he's going to do a good job, and also I'm really curious to see what's going to happen the next 4 years. Hopefully it's the next 8 years. And the other thing is, too, is our relations with Russia are improving right now, which I know they've been shaky for quite a while, but crap, we need Russia. Because between the United States and Russia, we can finally put ISIS in the freaking ground where they deserve to be. It's... again, I'm getting political, and I said I wouldn't, and it's kind of hard not to, but yeah. But, the other thing is too, with 2016, I changed some of my habits, and ended up, just totally doing really good over the summer. And if you guys want to find out more about the trip I'm about to talk about, I'm going to put a link in the description to my blog. But I bought a vehicle so I can off-road, camp in, and travel in. I built it up. I saved a ton of my money, and I went out west for a month. And I gotta tell you something, I needed it badly. Because I'm one of those people that has those minds that if I'm not doing anything, I go absolutely crazy. And just because I was working nonstop, I was starting to go crazy from working. So it was kind of like a double-edged sword. So I took this month-long trip. I did about a 12,000-mile road trip. Went all the way out to Utah, and then came back, went to North Carolina, and all that stuff. And I avoided pavement as much as I possibly can. And I sharpened my off-road skills. I met some really neat people, saw some amazing things. So 2016, I think it was a great year overall. Those people that are saying, oh, it sucked, 2016, I'm so glad it's over. Why are people so willing to wish their life away like that? I mean, your year is what you make it. Just because certain things don't go your way, don't take that, well, actually, yeah, it is kind of personal, but don't take it personally. Figure out what you can do to make the best of the situation. I mean, if God gives you lemons, add a little sugar and make some lemonade. Really. Because I, for one, can't stand it when I see people that I care about living their life and they're down. Even if they're down for something really stupid. It's just, I just hate it. And I've always been an optimist, so I always find the positive. I try to find the positive in something, and then I always look, and even if there is no positives, I always go, well, that could have been worse. Because it's true. Because, if you really think about it, your crappiest day is somebody's dream. It really, truly is. Be fortunate that you live in a country where you can... You're not okay, yeah. You live in a country where you're free. You can choose your leaders. You can say stuff about your government and not get crucified for it. Be happy that you live here. And all those people that are like, oh, we're moving to Canada because our candidate didn't win. Fine, go. Don't bring the rest of us down because your attitude sucks. Seriously. But yeah, overall, 2016, great year. We had so many cool stuff happening. A lot of bad stuff happening too. But you can't let the negatives outweigh the positives. Otherwise, you're just going to upset yourself. And yeah. So, right now it is, I don't even know what time it is. On a Saturday is the 31st. So, at midnight tonight, guys, Happy New Year. Everybody, get home safe. If you're drinking at the bar, chill out for a little while till you're okay to drive. So, me and the fire department don't have to come out at 2-3 o'clock in the morning to save you. Or call a taxi, that works too. But yeah, just be safe, guys. Have an awesome new year. 2017, literally a few hours away. I, for one, can't wait. So yeah, peace out, guys.